Hello, my beautiful, wonderful people of Easy Maths channel, and I am your special tutor, Ijuru. I want to talk to us about something very, very important. First of all, I want to say Happy New Year. Happy 2022. I'm so glad that we're all here today and we're seeing our beautiful faces and we're talking to each other, motivating each other. I believe this year is going to be awesome for each and every one of us. By the special grace of God, this year will be a perfect year for each and every one of us. So thank you. I want to first of all appreciate each and every one of you for tuning to my channel, for listening to everything I have to say, for following us, for believing in us, for working with us, for moving along with us. So today I'm going to talk about actually 11 ways that we can do better, study better, pass our exams in the year 2022. 11 ways we can study better, pass our exams in 2022. The Easy Maths Tutor channel is a channel that helps students to pass their exams in maths. Actually, I say pass all their exams because when you have a firm grasp of mathematics, you also will do well in every other subject. Okay? So it's not just maths here. This 11 rules or 11 steps can work for any subject whatsoever. So I want you to just listen and make sure you get impacted by this little motivation that I'm going to talk about. Before we move on, I want you to click on the subscribe button, and beside the subscribe button you will see the notification bell. Click on it so that if there's any wonderful video we have, you will be part of it. Okay, so just stop what you're doing right now. Go ahead, subscribe, click on the notification button. Make sure you like, make sure you write your comments, make sure you share with your friends. If you really love your friends, your kids, your classmates, your students, share this video with them. They will thank you for it, okay? So let's go right ahead to our topic. 11 steps to being successful in your examinations. 11 steps to passing your examinations, 11 steps to being the best in your class. Now, the first step, start early. Start early. Now, thank God we're at the beginning of the year. This is a time for you, an opportunity for you to start afresh. Start everything afresh, okay? So if maybe you've not been doing the right thing last year, January is an opportunity for you to have a fresh start. So if you're having examination, we know that most examinations will come up from March, April, May, June, and onwards. So I think January, February, March is enough time for anybody to ace any examination if you start today, okay? Just come off the holiday, the eating, the grooving and all that. You wake up. Tell yourself to wake up. Start early, okay? Start early. Start asking questions. Start solving. Start studying. Start doing all you have to do early, okay? So that's it. Start early. The second step is arrange your study space. Arrange your study space. Okay? So make sure you have somewhere you study. Look for a space where you can study, a quiet place, free of distraction, with enough light, with a table, a chair, arrange your study space, make it easily accessible, make it, bright enough so that you can study easily. Arrange your study space and make sure you are able to study effectively in that space. The third step is use past questions. Actually, I like to study first with past questions. If you start with past questions, it's like a map, a roadmap, a guideline. It gives you a guide on where to focus on. Because studying for exam is different from studying for general knowledge, okay? Now we're studying so that we can pass this examination. So it's best to get a past question paper. Past question paper gives you a scope of what you need to study for you to ace that examination, okay? Remember, there's a difference between studying for general deep knowledge and studying to pass an examination, okay? There are two different things. So for you to ace that examination, you need to use past questions. How can you get past questions? I think you can get past questions from your friends, from your senior brothers, sisters, senior friends, from your school. You can even get some of them online. So if you need any past question, you can also contact us on easymathsonline@gmail.com. So that's that. Remember, the first one is start early, the second one is arrange your study space, and the third one is use past questions. Now we want to talk about the fourth step. Join a study group. Join a study group is very key, very important. Easy Maths Online is a study group. Your friends that study with you is a study group. Your tutorial group is a study group. Your classroom is a study group. So try to join study group. It helps to motivate you, helps to make you study easily, helps to make you want to study faster. Okay? So join a study group. Very important that you join a study group. So we'll move on to the fifth. The fifth says share knowledge. My fifth step for passing your exams is sharing knowledge. So now, if you share knowledge, you find out that it makes you to sharpen your knowledge. When you share knowledge, it makes you to sharpen knowledge. Share knowledge, get knowledge from your friends, and also share with them. So you can get this in your study groups. You can tutor them. You can solve a question for them. They also can solve for you and tutor you. It goes vice versa. So when you share knowledge, it's easier for whatever you study to stick. It's easier for you to test and know whether what you studied will make sense, or whether what you study is actually stuck in your head. Okay? So when you practice, then you know that in your examination, you will be able to pull off that question. You'll be able to solve the question by yourself because you are able to share knowledge with those you were studying with. Okay? So the fifth step to passing your examination is get your exam materials. Get your exam materials. So there's a story in the Bible, the story of the 10 virgins. There were 5 foolish virgins and there were 5 wise virgins. Now, the 5 wise virgins had everything they needed. They had everything they needed. They were actually going for a marriage, like will I say, a bridal contest. Okay? And they go for the contest. The bridegroom will go and he will choose the best. So there were 10 of them, and they had to journey to where the bridegroom will be. So, unfortunately, 5 of them took oils to light their candles. And then all 10 of them took oils to light their candles, but 5 of them took extra. They just had this intuition. Let me just take some extra because this one could finish on the way. I don't know how long the journey will be. That was what 5 of them thought. And the other 5 felt that, oh, this is going to be okay. No need to get extra oil. And so as they were going on the road, their oil finished. So what happened? They had to start begging, had to start pleading, had to start... In fact, what they never planned happened to them. And unfortunately, the 5 wise virgins were so wise they refused to share. Don't let that happen to you in your examination. You enter an examination, you do not have a pencil, you don't have a pen, you don't have your eraser, you don't have your ruler, you don't have your calculator. you don't have your rough sheet, you don't have your ID card, you don't have your exam slip, and then you get to the exam hall and you're like running helter-skelter, looking for materials that you will use. Don't let that happen to you. Don't be caught unawares. Make sure you get your exam materials complete. So we're going to the eighth step. The eighth step is be healthy and sound. Be healthy and sound. Actually, you know that your exam, for instance, maybe your exam is going to be in March. Make sure in February, towards the end of February, try and go for a health and medical test. Treat yourself and make sure you don't fall sick, because you could be preparing for an exam from January to December, and then you enter into the exam hall and you're too sick or too ill to carry out the examination. Then what happens? Everything you've prepared for will be wasted. So make sure you are healthy and sound. Go for your test, do your test, and make sure that everything is well and all right with you. This includes eating well. Make sure you eat healthy. Don't eat anything that could make you sick or go to the toilet often. So make sure you are healthy and sound. So the ninth step to having a successful examination: plan your journey to your exam center. Plan your journey to your exam center. Okay? So now, if your examination is taking place in your school, you still have to plan it, because you don't want any unforeseen circumstances. You don't want a situation where you have a paper in the morning and you do not have transportation to get to your exam hall. So what happens to you? You end up missing your examination. You end up losing out on your examination and failing instead of passing. So make sure you plan your journey. And if your examination is outside your town, make sure you plan it beforehand. Make sure you take like a week or 2 weeks to plan your examination beforehand. Very, very, very important and less distracting. You don't want to be distracted thinking of things that you ought not to be thinking of in your examination. Instead of focusing on solving your questions, you start thinking. You don't want that to happen. So make sure you plan your journeys beforehand. Okay, now the 10th one, do a final revision. Do a final revision. Now, you have to do a recap from the beginning to the end. First of all, while you're reading, you most likely would have a summary sheet or a summary book where you summarize everything you have read, everything in the past question papers, everything about the course syllables and outline. Okay, so make sure you use that sheet to do your revision over and over and over. Now, if you follow these steps, you'll find out that you'll be acing your examinations. You'll be the top of the class. You'll keep on being the best in your class, and people will be wondering how, and you'll be like, oh, don't worry, it's easy. So just keep following the steps. Okay, make sure you do your final revision before the examination. Actually, I do like 5-6 final revisions before my examination. I do all that. What I do is I take a past question paper, I glance through them, I memorize them. Even if I've not seen those questions before, I memorize them. Then secondly, I take my course outline, I scan through it 2, 3, 4 times, and then I start to make notes and study each chapter by chapter. And then I make my summary notes, and I have a note where I solve all the past questions. And then I put this together, and then I start to do my final revisions. A week to my exams. Every day, I make sure I touch the book, my summary book from cover to cover, till the day of the exam. Okay? So that is our 10th step. So I told you the 11 steps. The first step is eat light. Eat light. You don't want to fill up your stomach or your system with so much food, because it can dull your brain, can dull your memory, it can distract you. Sometimes I don't eat, but it's very dangerous if you do not eat. If you do not eat, you might be so hungry and distracted. You might be too weak. So you could take a biscuit, you could sip a cup of coffee, you could take a Coke, you could take juice, something light, okay? Something not too heavy that can take you from morning till maybe late afternoon, okay? So make sure you eat light. So I want to wish you success in your journey throughout 2022. Your journey with Easy Math Tutor is going to be a successful journey. And then I'm going to give you a bonus step that I also do. It's my secret. Pray. Pray, because God is going to help you to do well in all your examinations. God is the ultimate. He's the one that will make you do well. So when you pray, you're going to be extra successful. They say plan and prepare like you did not pray, and pray like you did not plan and prepare. So this is coming from Easy Math Tutor, and my name is Adro John, and I wish you a successful 2022. I wish you success in all your examination, JAM, NECO, WAEC, GCE, JSE, also common entrance examinations. I wish you success in all of those things. Do not be discouraged. Do not relent. Be consistent. Be persistent. And pray. Make sure you are always connected and tuned in to this channel, Easy Math Tutors. If you want to keep seeing more videos like this, you want to keep seeing us solving questions, want to keep seeing us tackling top mathematics topics, doing physics practicals, doing physics topics, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share with your friends, because the more subscribers we have, the more we are likely to continue doing more and more of what we are doing, the more we're going to keep improving on everything we're doing. So I know that this year 2022 is going to be an awesome, blissful, blessed, prosperous, successful year. Thank you and God bless you. I love you so much. God loves you so much. He loves you even more. Take care of yourself. Bye. Mwah.